Hello, my name is Shanese and I was tasked with the client, Independent City Pharmacy, at the start of this semester to be their public relations consultant. Now, there were a myriad of things that was revealed to me in the research stages of this campaign. But first, before we move into that, Independent City Pharmacy is a brand that is located in Portmore, and it offers over-the-counter equipment, prescription medications, and also household items and a lot of retail items. In the research process, there were a couple things that was revealed to me. The company did not have a communications plan, and therefore the online presence of the brand was not cohesive. The online presence was deprived of proper content curation, graphic designing, and so on, and therefore there was not a lot of engagement on their platform. I also saw where they had a low community outreach, and that was an absolute no-no. Because in a world where the brands or the public's tastes and values are changing, and the publics want brands to stand for something, then therefore in order to compete or to be competitive in this vast global connected world, Independent City Pharmacy has to come out, show up, and to show their target audience, show their publics that they stand for something. And that's why we opt to do the Christmas Santa initiative at the start of this campaign. This was the original plan. The plan was to show the audience, show their public, show their target audience that they stand for something, they see them, they acknowledge their needs, and therefore they're playing a proactive and active part in what they want, what they believe, and what they value. The second part of this campaign was to help build brand awareness, and I believe that was one of the purest forms of publicity, because therefore media groups and media entities, this campaign was big enough to be covered by these entities, and so they would not have to pay for a spot for an interview spot or an ad spot or any of that sort, because they would have been covered genuinely because of this outreach project or this campaign, Christmas Santa campaign. And I believe that would have done so much good for the brand and for what they stand for. However, it was quickly realized that the budget was just not there for this campaign. So I had to quickly pivot and to change the campaign to suit the needs of the company while establishing the same objectives of the original campaign, and also it is a more cost-friendly way. So this campaign is a social media campaign, and it is called the Snap a Pic and Win $20,000 for Christmas. The guidelines of this campaign: you have to snap a picture in store, you have to post it on your Instagram, you have to tag 2 people, you have to ensure that you are following the company's page, and you also have to tag 2 friends underneath the original post. And you could be the lucky winner of $20,000. The primary audience of this campaign was persons who have already purchased something. So you would have to present your receipt, and you will be given an opportunity to take a picture if you would like to. This social media campaign was geared towards increasing followers by 30% and to foster community engagement and to also boost the online presence and to boost the interaction of these posts. Now, this is just a couple of pictures while I was in store, what the campaign looks like in store, me setting up and talking to customers, talking to staff about what the campaign is. How do they go forward in helping customers to participate? Because that was one of the problems that I realized, that there's not a lot of persons or customers that will opt into taking pictures or want their pictures to be shown and so forth. So how do you identify persons of that personality and allow them to participate? These pictures are also pictures of these pictures are pictures of participants who actually went ahead and participated, take the picture at the booth and post them on Instagram, and also tag the store and did exactly what they ought to do. Looking back at the campaign, I wish the campaign period was longer so we could have a lot more participants. Up until now, we have currently 5 participants that took place, but the leading amount of likes at 597. So persons are interacting with the page, and we will look at the statistics a little later on. I also wish that there were more done in regards to curation and content, but as I said before, one of the reasons why I believe the brand is not visible, or is not as out and about in the faces of the clients, is because the customers, the internal customers, which are the employees, they shy away from these type of opportunities to interact with the clients, to create content, to talk, to just start a live on their Instagram page and to talk about the different types of goods and services that they provide in store. And that was one of the main setback of this campaign. We did not have staff that value the brand enough to want to be a part of the change and be a part of uplifting this brand. So let's look at the statistics of the social media campaign. Having some difficulties here. Let's see. All right, perfect. Here. Okay, perfect. So the Start Bake and Win, we run it as some of the tactics used. We created a flyer with a $20,000 prize, beautiful graphics. We also ran the flyer as an ad on social media. The overview of the performance of the ad, it got up to 7,000 views. The reach was over 3,000, the impressions was over 6,000, and the interaction was like 47. On the overall performance of the page, we saw an increase of 842%, which the reach was normally 3.4K, which was 3,400 persons, but now the reach has gone to 28,700 persons. The account engagement was roughly 73, and we have seen an increase of 356.3%, which is 788 persons, and the total number of followers has increased by 5%. Initially, this campaign was to increase the followers by 30%, but if this campaign would have run a little bit longer, I believe we could have gotten a better portion of the goal that we had set in mind. However, this in return, for just 3 weeks of campaigning, we have seen a turnover of 66 followers which is 5% increase. The adjustments and the rationalities. The Christmas Santa initiative was a very ambitious and very big as it relates to logistics, but the snap and pick was, a little bit less of logistics as it relates to what we need to get the execution done, and also budget. And so we saw an overall saving of 357,000. That is massive. But if we look at the overall outcome of what the Christmas initiative, Santa initiative, could have given the company, then and only then would we realize that 357,000 was chump change, little bit of money, forfeiting towards, in comparison to the impact that independent city pharmacy would have achieved. A part of this campaign, we could have used a lot more content curation to push the company. We could have partnered with influencers. I actually pitched that to the company, but the budget constraints really held back on a lot of the things that we could have done. But overall, I believe that for the 3 weeks that this campaign has been running, it did fairly well, but I do believe that there were so many rooms of improvement. And that is why some of the lessons that I've learned is that all business want to make money, but not all want to spend it. And in a campaign, we have to be flexible. We have to know when to change, when to evaluate, when to switch up. It is very hard to switch the entire campaign, because oftentimes when there is a prize money and persons have already entered, then it is hard to change the fundamentals of the campaign. However, the tactics and the strategies could have been way better if I had a lot more time on my hand, instead of depending a lot on the company to push this campaign. Then I believe that we could have having a lot more reach and recognition and brand visibility. And local media is always important. If we had run an interview on local media, which I also did pitch, but the money and the budget was just not there. A lot of things was restricted because of budget constraint. Statistics is very important when pitching to a company. We sometimes a public relation campaign cannot give you statistics and cannot give you and say there is this raw statistics to say that this is a return on investment, but they merely have to see what the impact could be and how that impact could help or affect the minds of the publics in a positive way to favor the brand. And that in all is the campaign. There were a lot of things that I did. I did content creation. I went in office once a week to help with in-store promotions, and also their pharmacy week. There's a lot of stuff that I did for their pharmacy week, including a raffle and so on. And so those things are going to be in the final portfolio. So look out for that and the compilation of everything that I've done for the pharmacy. But overall campaign would say it is a success because we actually got persons to participate. Thank you.